Greetings, and welcome back to D&D in the world of Kavran.
D&D, D&D, D&D.
Last time, the party continued to rest and recover from their wounds. Speaking to Brienne once more, Arwen used her primeval awareness to ascertain no undead presence remained in the area underneath the church, instead of the party venturing down into the tomb once more to investigate it themselves. They also spoke to Andril again. They discovered Andril can write in Celestial, and through the aid of some magic, Klari was able to read what he wrote, thus learning through him that Balsam was buried with 8 guardians that were supposed to awaken if he was raised, but for some unknown reason, only Neo was. They also learned that his lieutenants were split up and buried in separate locations by different parts of the Order of Aegis, kept secret from each other so that no one could reveal all locations if someone tried to break them free. The party also spent some time identifying their new magic items and inquiring about some more, and contacting Lord Kelthgar, the Green Dragonborn from the Council, who was coordinating the Council's scouting efforts within the desert, before spending the rest of the day enjoying the games and festivities that came on day 5 of this Festival of Crafts. With just 2 more days left after this to enjoy the festival, we pick things up with the party in and amongst it all, Arwen having just won herself a second plush mimic.
You have no idea how much I want those to be real.
Man, they were.
I'd have the whole collection.
Already are, but the mimic has changed itself into something else.
Oh.
So it's like...
But I want one. A bear?
A bear mimic.
Oh.
A mimic that has transformed itself into a bear. Therefore, this plush is technically of a mimic.
But that's just a mimic. That's not like a fake plush mimic. That's just a mimic pretending to be a bear plushie.
Okay, but isn't that slightly better? Let's be real here.
I mean, I don't want my face eaten.
No one wants their face eaten, per se. But...
I found considerably more dangerous.
It does. Yeah, rather than just a mimic plush. Anyway, off topic.
So yes, there are more games and festivities that you have partaken in. You can re-enjoy, or there were some items you were interested in pursuing.
Yes.
Indeed. I believe we said we were going to sort of wait for the main sort of event or something and see sort of what people were showing off and stuff there, weren't we?
I mean, it's kind of happening now.
Yeah. Good point. So
just the final bit is in like 3 days, but we don't really need to.
As you're wandering around, you can see, compared to other days, the little stages and things are far more crammed than they have been on any other day. Taking part in the blacksmithing and the prize that comes along with that is certainly very popular. Potentially added to by the fact that the grand competition, there are all these little different competitions for every different discipline of bardistry, poetry, painting, textiles work, and those sorts of things have happened throughout the week, and there's been one grand competition for each day, those prizes to be revealed, but those competitions are announced. However, the blacksmithing one is always kept a secret, so while there are many different blacksmithing competitions, the one that is the grand competition for blacksmithing is always kept a secret, because the winner of that wins the the apprenticeship.
Ooh.
So can we look around at all the
Yeah. So you can take your time to look and peruse. There are all these little stages and things set up that you've seen people performing on, presenting on before, and now they are all quite compact with in terms of how many sort of people and their wares and things like that are on them. Rather than maybe 1 or 2 per stage, there is now sort of 3, 4, maybe even 5 people, depending on what piece they're showcasing. Some people are slightly more mercantile. They seem to just be taking this as an opportunity to do a lot of business. There are exquisite examples of all forms of weaponry and armor and things like that, as well as, you are sure amongst them there will be some magical ones as well.
Fancy schmancy.
Indeed.
Yeah, everything is made as a presentation piece, essentially. And as you walk around, a few things do sort of catch your eye here and there. Some very sort of, one person has made a very flamboyant set of bright yellow armor. This armor has been crafted, and the plates on it have been carefully sculpted, and from a distance it looks quite lurid and bright, but as you get close you can see the form in it, and this, for whatever reason, this artist has decided to make some sort of statement piece, and overlapping plates and things like that, sort of folding around, have been formed in the shape of bright yellow banana skins. The joints on the elbows where they sort of like a banana skin would starfish out to sort of wrap around and encapsulate these joints, but also giving them a hard spike. If you can imagine like an open banana skin on the floor, the way it would open up, it could wrap around a joint, but would have like if you carved the tip out of metal, would be like a hardened spike.
Genius.
Huh.
Oh.
What armor would that be classed as?
That it would be plate in this instance.
Jesus! Imagine that. Plate banana armor.
Banana armor.
Yes. The armor, I mean, you can tell this is plate armor that has been enameled beautifully to give it its distinctive colour.
My next character.
Also, it's not made out of real bananas.
It's not made from real bananas, no.
I don't want it anymore.
But if Stix ever dies, don't be surprised if there's a man wearing this armor selling actual bananas, whose name is Bananarama, or Sir Bananarama.
Nice.
So that's my plan. Fuck Piper. Anyway, continue. That's fantastic.
As you're walking around, another piece catches your eye. And you probably spot this first. It is this beautiful long-limbed bow, and it's been carved as if the two arms are like giant peacock feathers. So like the core of the feather forms like the brace and strength of the bow, but it has this like flowing bits that come off it and just sort of waft gently. You can see the person is like demonstrating it through the air and to someone who's asked to look at it, and you can see as it moves and it like flexes, and the like iridescence like ripples in the sunlight.
Probably looks lovely, but it would be awful if we're trying to hide anywhere. Just a peacock feather, just...
I mean, yeah, those feathers are literally on peacocks to show off, aren't they?
Minus 17 stealth.
Klari somehow still makes it work.
You see multiple sets of
It's the most
leather armor and things like that that have been crafted and with so much ostentatious beauty you could almost get away with something like that at a high class ball or function, you imagine, or wouldn't be out of place as a form of officers' military dress. They are functional but also pristine and proper and look elegant and tailored.
Fancy.
You walk over to one corner where of this park where you can hear a large amount of clanging and things going on. And you can see this appears to be one of the smaller competitions that is set up. They appear to be testing shields in some way. You can see they've got one of them currently strapped up in a rack. And they've got this tall pendulum. And currently a dwarf is like loading huge chunks of stone like into a basket like on the back of this pendulum to give it more weight.
They're just gonna whack things.
Yeah, and as you watch, the dwarf finishes loading up these extra like chunks of stone, and another one starts cranking a handle, and there's a big tick, 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 and this pendulum goes tick, 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 and cranks backwards, and then is released and smashes into this shield. And you can see there's this big like resounding clang, and it dents a little bit. The dwarf goes over and inspects it and writes it down on a like writes down the result on like a clipboard, and they start loading up a little bit more stone. On the ground around it, you can see like pieces of splintered wood and broken iron and stuff like that, where other shields have previously been tested to destruction in this way.
Damn.
What kind of shield does Stix have now?
I have the it's like an octagonal shield, the one that like can appear or disappear.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so Stix has
Yes,
this
you
like
do.
large like gauntlet bracer on his forearm that is always sort of slightly like has a slight sort of round rondel in the middle, and then when he activates it, these 4 plates slide out, and then they rotate but fill in the gaps. So there's like 8 sections. So
Just one question, the fucking badass one is the one I have.
Fair.
Which is made me think. So, with that shield, you said that they're like, what does it take to activate? Because I believe you said, is it like a free action, or
Yeah.
was it?
it's like
Right.
a free action for you.
Right,
It's like
okay.
it would like come with like a readying motion and like a mental activation of like you raising your shield, but obviously not every time you like go for a drink is it going to activate, or you'll smack yourself in the face.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I like to think that kept happening while you got used to the shield thing.
Just okay.
Like sometimes is it wizards have that table where you have to roll and see what happens,
Wild
because
magic
sometimes
sorcerers.
Oh yeah. Well.
yeah. But that for Stix just getting used to his shield. It punches you in the face.
Stix rolls over and all we hear is ah!
It happened again.
Stix, get off!
Stix comes downstairs in the morning. He's just got just one hand over his eyes, like, guys.
God, what talk about it? Imagine that just sort of like scratching your face in the middle of it. Ow!
This is why we don't wear armor to bed.
No.
Yeah, you can carry on walking around, and you come across some more like presentation armor. You can see one person has beautifully like carved a set of. This would only be it would not be a functional piece of armor, but it is a beautiful presentation piece. You can see it like on its stand, and the light catches it, and it's casts rainbow patterns across the ground. This person has beautifully carved a set of glass armor on a stand.
Oh, damn!
That's so cool. So impractical, but so cool.
Yeah, like with the different sort of like thicknesses of glass and things like that, it's casting like different rainbow patterns, and just in the sunlight at the moment, just like all the ground around this thing is casting these prismatic rays of light.
That looks smashing.
You come across another one, someone has created this. It probably wouldn't work if it was like anything other than mithril. But inspecting it closely, you can see someone has used a vast quantity of mithril to form essentially a yarn, and you can see they have actually knitted like this together to form another set of armor.
A jumper. The coziest battle you've ever
Christmas sweater.
fought in. Oh,
I mean, this would be the equivalent of like a chain shirt made of mithril.
Abby wants it. Arwen doesn't care for it, but Abby wants it.
You see another person is demonstrating there's a couple of people demonstrating the effects of magical weapons. One is this whip that looks mundane at first, but as you like swish it through, as this person demonstrates and swishes it through the air, like different like leaves and things blossom up the stem of this whip, and when it cracks at the end, there's like a burst of petals in the air.
Oh, Stix wants it. Stix wants it bad. That sounds sick. That does sound pretty cool. I'll
It
inquire.
gives people really bad hay fever. Every time.
I'll walk up to the person who's like demonstrating this weapon and be like, that looks awesome. What does it do anything else? Like, does it give you any, like, is that all it does? Does it just like create leaves and stuff? Or can it like give you any other abilities or anything? Like do those vines do anything if you were to actually hit someone, or what's
this
the
person like puts it down, like puts it back on like this little presentation stand and like turns to me. She's like, you can see, this is like a tall, human-looking woman. She's got sort of long black hair. Clearly, someone who is, like, there's like a lot of work has gone into this. Where she's put it down, it's like this open, like presentation box with like a velvet lining. Looking at it, you can see she's probably not the most well-off person, and this has probably cost her quite a lot to actually come here and show off this piece. It's like, well, it doesn't do, I mean, other than the effect that you've seen, it does about that much, really. But it would certainly hurt if you. I mean, it's a whip after all. It has an aesthetic and a functional purpose. I didn't have the time, but I was trying to get an enchantment so that you could. Everything is more sort of illusory, but I was trying to embed some sort of practical element where you could cause it to grow thorns and be more dangerous. But I ran out of time to get everything finished in order to travel here.
How long would it take you to do something like that? Like how long do you think that sort of thing might take a person such as yourself? Do you think you could get that done before the end of these festivities, if you were to work on it a little bit?
To create another piece like this, it took me weeks. This is some of my finest work.
But to adapt this enchantment to create thorns and stuff to such a weapon as this.
Well, I never figured out the thorns in time, but if I could potentially add the same effect to an existing item, I suppose it would be a similar process. Now that I know it, it would only take me a few days, I believe.
Interesting, yes. And how? Just the ink's out of the pen in my mouth. And how much might this set one back, as it were?
Well, if you were looking to buy,
Bear in mind, I'm a paladin of Zuria,
Oh God.
goddess of the harvest. A man of well repute. You can ask anyone in Dendapur, or even in this fine town, as we have saved it from the undead abominations that have befallen the city. And of course, my aim is always to put nature first and protect it as best I can. So you can see why such a whip has excited me so. How much would
yes.
as it?
I was hoping to sell. I am hoping to sell this piece and make a profit on it to cover the cost of everything involved in traveling here.
I think I have a lot of money. Cool.
Looking for hopefully to make at least 300 gold for it.
Oh, hold your horses there, Missy. My character sheet is just loading, but I might actually have 300 gold. And if I do, this whip is mine. It just is.
Although I'm sure although I'm sure you're aware, if by some slim chance of the gods that I am the winner of this the grand competition, if it is something to do with weapon crafting, then I will not be able to sell you this, as it will become the property of his lordship, Lord Motsignir.
Damn it!
But if not, then I will happily part with it for you.
Well, you know what? I hope you win. I really do. But also, if you don't win, we're sticking around for a couple of days, aren't we, gang? We were planning on staying here till the end of these festivities. And you might just have a buyer for such a whip. If unless, how much would it be to enchant a current whip, like enchant it with this thorny thing? Because you said obviously this one you can't enchant it, but you said you might be able to put this enchantment on another existing item or whip or something.
Yes, I could do. Probably once all this was over, it would take me a 2, maybe 3 days to add this enchantment into a mundane weapon.
Now this is interesting. Let's turn back to the team, guys. So our plan: we were staying here for like 3 days while these festivities go on, and then after that we're going to the desert, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much evil can happen in like 2 or 3 days while we're not doing stuff after this? Because this lady says she might be able to enchant me a cool thing, and I think that'd be pretty fucking sick. But it would take a couple of days, and she can only do it after all of this, after all these events. Now, I don't want to keep us here for a couple of days if we don't all think, if we're not all fine with it. Because obviously I don't want to keep us all here longer than we have to. There's a lot going on. There's an undead army, yada, 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 yada. But
I mean, do the thorns make it more damage?
yeah,
she hasn't been able to perfect. So what she's saying is she hasn't been able to perfect the thorn enchantment. So she
right,
but she can do the same thing in a few
sure,
days if you wanted the thorn one, then she would say that would probably be like several weeks for her to figure that out.
Right.
With enough confidence to be able to put that onto something, because that's still something she's learning.
And enchanting a current item,
Mm-hmm.
like what would... I'm assuming that would just make it a magical item. Like it would just be a magic whip.
It would have a magical effect. The weapon itself would not be magical.
Never mind. As much as I like the idea of it, maybe not.
This is very much an aesthetic thing.
I see, right,
It's
okay.
It's a thing of beauty. And while it is a functional whip, it is just an aesthetic property to it.
I see.
So it's quite low cost representative of...
Never mind then. But if I do have the 300 gold and you're still here and you don't win, I might have a buyer for that whip, just because I think it's an interesting item. And I would like to encourage small business owners such as yourself. Backbone of the economy and all that. Not that I really know economy, but there we go. Good luck, pip pip cheerio, and I walk off.
Yes. What is your name? And where are you staying? So I know potentially where to seek you out if...
Oh wait, yeah, we have like an entire house here now. Fuck, we could just... I was thinking like, oh yeah, we could get a thing delivered to this place, but we won't be staying there. No, we have a whole fucking house. Oh, what was our house called again? It was the something cottage or whatever. Oh fuck.
Hold on.
Your house didn't have a name. By the way, I didn't give it a name.
I see.
Oh my god, we have to name our house.
I will just give her our address.
Derek.
Like, I'm assuming we know the address. Like the
Yeah,
street.
that's fine.
Or direct. Yeah, I'll just tell her. My name is Stix. We're living here. If you have any inquiries, want to know where I am, want to find me, whatever, just send it there. It'll be fine.
Oh, we can order everything now. We just get it delivered.
I know. Like food.
And
I can actually have a takeaway and have somewhere to send it.
And Chippy is always going to be there. Is that his name? Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah.
Never going to get one of those letters that say you weren't in.
Exactly. He's always going to be there. Chappie's just going to be...
Chappy, not Chippy. Fucking hell.
Weirdly, I thought you said Kevin. I don't know why. But...
Kevin?
Yeah, I think it came through weird or I misheard it, but I thought you said Kevin. But yeah, Chappie will always be there to pick up our stuff.
To pick up all the shit you've got delivered. We'll come back and be like, wait, who got this? Oh, me, like 3 months ago. Cool.
We'll finish this campaign, right? We'll go on these great adventures, and then we'll come back to this house, and there will just be in front of the door like this massive pile of crap, like shields and armors, and like people who've just been living in our house, waiting for us to return home. Who we've said, oh yeah, go to our house, live there, fuck it, why not?
Just meet us there. We'll be there in like some time. Oh, we found this magic item and we don't know what to do with it. I don't know. Why don't we have it couriered back to the house, and then if we return there, we can decide what to do.
And we'll have piles of letters and plants that have gone off and all sorts of shit, and it's just piled up in front of the house. Because I'm imagining Chappie just takes the thing, opens the door, and sticks it down by the door, ready for us when we next come in. So it's
it'll be a case of you open your bedroom door and there's like a perfect arc that you can open the door, and then everything has just been perfectly Tetrised into the room.
I love it.
Nice.
But yeah, shit, we have it. Yeah, so I'll just give her our address,
Mm-hmm.
say thank you, and we can continue with our investigations of the place and stuff. That's a sick work. Not that I'll probably use it very much, but just having it sounds cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you walk around. There are more, many more sort of like decorative pieces, and a lot of people have just made what look like solid functional weapons, but You know, rather than the run of the mill, you know, your five gold longswords. These are probably, you know, the pinnacle of these people's careers so far. Most of them. Yeah. Everything is.
And
done.
I'm gonna walk over and say, "This one's shit. This one's shit. This one's shit. This."
Oh my god! Literally people's life's work. You're just
So
without even
ugly.
testing the blades. It's shit. It's shit.
Yeah, one of the, there's like quite a hostile dwarf as you're doing that. It's like, oh really? And what would you know about blacksmithing?
You do this. Ting.
Oh, that tells me everything I need to piss off.
Thank you.
Just
I
subtly
will.
insulting dwarven culture. That's fine.
Yeah, you continue walking around, and as you do so, the day slowly passes. You look at the sights and things and enjoy everything. One other thing of note that does catch your eye is an interesting set of armor. It's a weird sort of purple and white, or like silvery metal mix. Looking at it, in what some places it just looks like this like silvery metal. In some places it looks very purplish, and in places in between they almost sort of bleed together. The purple over the top of the silver, like oil on water. It has this oily, like iridescent color to it, where the purple meets. And you see, there's several people, have gathered around. Quite a few people have taken note of this. And as you approach, you hear a couple of voices go, "How did he combine those two metals? I've never heard of anyone who'd been able to get them to stick before." It's like, must be another voice says, "Must be magic in some way. He's clearly had a fancy teacher. I don't rate our chances against something like that." And you get close. You can see now that this armor up close is. All of these things have come with like little sort of like labels and stuff like that, and you can see that this one is an adamantine mithril blend.
Oh wow! Shit.
Someone has managed to combine these two metals, which, as you have heard, is a very, very difficult thing to do. Clearly, whoever has done this is incredibly skilled.
So does that make you unkillable?
I mean, I imagine so.
Excellent. I'll take 10.
Well, I mean, what would I know anything about those two metals in particular?
You can make
sort of property.
You can make an intelligence check. You can have advantage if you've got like proficiency with any sort of like blacksmithing tools or anything like that.
Could I gain advantage? Because obviously I wear a lot of like leathers and stuff like that, but I've still obviously trained and seen people with some metal armor and stuff. So I'll also be like discussing with Neo and asking what he might know and stuff like that.
That would kind of cover like your base knowledge of armor and things like that. It wouldn't necessarily cover your knowledge of metallurgy itself.
Right. Okay. Okay. So I don't have any proficiencies with that. I have proficiencies with the pan flute, but I don't think that's So I guess is that just intelligence with like
just a regular intelligence check. 18. Yeah, so you know a little bit about these metals. Mithril is something that is, the origins are debated as to whether it came from the elves or came from the dwarves. Both sort of claim it themselves as like they were the ones that discovered how to like forge it and make things with it. But that is the silvery metal. The purple one is a metal called adamantine. And they have very different properties. Adamantine, you know, is very strong, very, very durable. Mechanically, it reduces the damage from critical hits. Whereas mithril is very light, even when very thin. Mechanically, armors that require strength or have disadvantage on stealth don't. Having combined them, there is the potential that you think that this might confer both benefits. However, I'll also say with an 18, you're looking at, given the way that they're combined and how patchy the bits are, as in, like, it's a smooth piece of metal, but you can see mostly it's like a patch of mithril and then a small bleed where the two combined, and then a patch of adamantine, and you suspect that while these metals have been combined, their properties don't overlap entirely throughout the material. It's probably only in these very brief, like, bleed overs that are maybe sort of a centimeter or two at each point, where those dual effects would take place.
See.
And so while this armor is a marvel, it's potentially a sign of someone approaching something new.
Fair play.
A collectible item more than a practical one.
Indeed.
But it is metal. So I must look.
But clearly made by an incredibly proficient, certainly you'd say magically proficient blacksmith.
Fair play.
Is there any fancy studded leather anywhere?
Yes, you've seen numerous pieces of studded leather. Certainly some of those that looked almost like formal wear. Like could potentially pass for not even wearing armor if you weren't closely inspected. The ones that sort of like, but there are all sorts. There's lots of, you suspect mundane items amongst them. But all of the pieces are done in such a decorative fashion. For example, there was one that was done and the studs were sewn in as white feathers. So the tip of the feather was like a metal cap on a thin sheet of leather that was sewn onto the leather itself, if that makes sense.
So you'd look like a goose.
The artist might have said swan. It was a bit more graceful. But yeah, you could also draw the comparison of goose.
An angry goose.
Honk.
Exactly. You know those geese with the knives? Those little drawings of the geese?
You mean the goose from Untitled Goose Game?
Yeah. That's what we'd be like if we had them.
Mm-hmm.
Thought you just seen something really weird, like the geese with the knives. We saw that one.
Yeah, and it is leather, so you could, if you wanted, get it dyed by someone who did that sort of thing. If you wanted to change the color of anything like that, there are numerous different sort of theming ones. Like you can see one is done with a very ocean theme in mind. Those sorts of things. So if you were looking for a particular aesthetic, there is a high chance you could find it. If you're looking for anything magical, that's going to be harder to find, because what's magic and what isn't necessarily immediately obvious at first glance, unless someone is demonstrating some form of magical property when you happen to chance by. So if you're looking for something magical, style is more restrictive because there's less of it. But if you're looking for a particular aesthetic, there it is likely you could find that.
I just want it to look cool.
You just want it to look cool.
And black, probably, or dark brown.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I want. Just want to look cool.
Black and dark brown are very common amongst them, because those are generally the colours that leather comes in.
Not that ugly brown, though. The nice brown.
The nice brown.
Yeah. Don't want to look stupid. Obviously.
Obviously.
I don't think I need it magic. I mean, if I can see some sort of like something that that looks nice,
Mm-hmm.
that
I mean,
is magical.
So what is everyone's AC? Like the minute I'm sat on 18, I believe.
Yeah, you're 18 at the moment, 20 with a shield, I think.
Yeah.
Neo is like 17 or something.
Yeah, because he doesn't use a shield, does he?
No.
Yeah,
He might be 18 as well, actually, because I think he's splint with defense fighting style.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah, he's 18 because he's splint with defense fighting style.
Oh, sweet, okay. And then you're like 17 for AC. Then Abby, how are you looking for AC?
15.
Clary's
It's awful.
unarmored, isn't she? She's
Yeah.
10 plus braces of defense plus dex.
Yeah.
So Clary is just speed.
Yeah, maybe we should sort your AC out a little bit. Because what armor do you have currently?
Just normal leather.
How have we been this entire time in your just normal ass leather? Gee! This is why we fucking died. We're not prepared.
What's your excuse?
Huh? My excuse.
Nothing.
I had to carry around a bunch of people that clearly weren't armed enough.
You died before me.
Yeah, but you went down first.
No, you were getting shot at loads. You're the one that exploded people.
We need to go over who died when and what happened.
I know someone went down, got up, went down again, and then...
Yeah, I know. I went down, and then I got up, and I healed myself, and then I almost immediately went back down. And then you... Yeah, because you gave me a healing potion to get me
I
up.
can't remember if it was you or me.
And then you went down, and then I got Neo up, because he went down, but then he went down again. And then...
I was the last to go down.
Yeah.
Because you went...
Yeah, I
you
think
went
you
went
were...
down again.
Yes, because it was literally just you, and we were all telling you to just fucking run, but you didn't. And we died.
Yeah.
So... I think maybe if we're going into a massive desert full of undead, we should probably gear you up a little bit better, Arwen. Maybe consider some leather armor. Maybe some magic leather armor to boost that up a little bit. Because that could be quite helpful. Because you're on 50.
If there's anything magical about.
If you're looking for magical, make an investigation check.
I will aid. I will give help to whosoever is making the roll. Boom, 19.
19. Yeah, I mean, it takes you a little
Thank
bit of time.
God.
Like, walking around, talking to people, asking them about their different things that they've got on display. You know, you walk past a huge array of items and things like that, and you know, you're there quite some time, and you can see that there seems to be, you know, there are so many people here that there is like a there is a almost like a limit. You see certain people people coming over and asking them to pack up, so someone else can set up and stuff like that. There's a vast amount of people attempting to compete for this grand prize. But yes, you eventually find someone. They seem to have either had good fortune or bribed their way into this, but they have managed to take quite a large section of space on a stage, and they have like 3 different sets of armor set up. One is this big, like heavy-looking breastplate, and like it's got like a helm and like plate armor and stuff with it. And you can see the way it's all 3 come in the same style. Starting with this breastplate, it's the way the plates are linked is they wrap around from front to back, and they almost like cross hatch across the chest. You can hear them as they're walking over. It's like, well, yes, you see, with the interweaving of plates, it creates a stronger piece, because each one is flexible to absorb blows, but also also has the rigidity and lightness to allow you to move quicker. And so on, you can see that another one, there's just like them like medium armor, as it were, is just this single breastplate made from similarly designed pattern with these like interwoven pieces of steel. And then the leather armor is a bit more decorative in the way that the leathers interlink, just to create the like thickness needed for the durability of the leather. And where each band crosses over, there is a nice metal stud in between to hold it all together and reinforce it. See, yes, well, obviously something like this, if made purely out of steel, will generally be weaker, but the magic imbued within allows it that increased strength over anything mundane, as it were. Here's this person explaining to someone who's looking at it as you wander up.
Any of these take your liking?
Can I ask the person, dude, if the leather one is magic?
Yeah. So it's like as you like wander up, it's like, yes, that piece. Yes, well, I take pride in enchanting all of my works to give them that unique benefit and feel. Wide range of enchantments available if you're looking for something custom. Of course, you're always welcome to order bespoke. But yes, these pieces that I've made for this, some of my finest but simplest work. I chose to pitch myself the challenge of creating something understated but of quality this year. Last year I went a bit too ostentatious and don't think I really did the piece justice, whereas this year I focused on solid construction, beauty in simplicity.
Excellent. Right, but what magic?
These pieces are just simply enchanted to protect the user beyond the normal means. In essence, they are all a +1.
Excellent. So that would make it 17 instead of 15.
Yeah, because it'd be 12.
It would
plus
make it 13 plus dex.
Because of the +1. So yeah, you'd have an AC of 17, which is good. That's a lot better. Methinks.
What are the extra enchantments that you have?
Well, I've been known to enchant armors with resistances to certain types of things. If you were here in the city last year, you may have seen my piece. I attempted to create a piece of fire resistance that was in itself wreathed in ethereal flames. However, it burnt up on the last day. Much.
Why are you telling me
Do
this?
that, oh man. That'd be sick.
God.
17 shit.
As I said,
I'd be like
I
a
pushed the boat out
phoenix.
too far in terms of ostentatiousness, and
Well, I hope you did get on a boat with that armor. You just set the whole thing on fire.
no, it was merely meant to be a presentation piece of my skill in order to try and win the competition. However, not to be. But I have had no complaints about my off-the-rack sort of work.
Can I just whisper to Stix, because I don't want this man to hear, but Arwen has to say it. It's supposed to be a showcase of his skill, but if it burnt up, he's obviously not that skilled.
I think he's grown since then. I would assume.
Okay.
Developed, advanced.
Good.
Good sir. You say you can enchant armors with resistances. How much might something like that cost, and how long might such an enchantment take to be placed upon an item?
If you are looking to, depending on the nature of the enchantments, it can take sort of a week to a month or so, or longer, depending on how advanced you'd like to go. The lowest level is, something like this, sturdily done. Takes around a week of enchantment to create something like this. I did bring a few more pieces with me in the hope that my work would attract more business. So I do have back at my room at the inn. I have a few more pieces that you can look at if you wish to. If you wish to come by later, I'm staying at the Babbling Kobold.
I feel like we're about to get kidnapped.
We've been kidnapped before, and it was by a dragon. This guy seems alright.
Okay.
We made it out of that one fine.
Yeah, and he'll go on to tell you he essentially has, he has what he has in front of him for his showcase, which is a set of +1 light, medium, and heavy armor. He has one set of +2 light armor with him. He has another set of +1 medium armor, and he has an armor that is resistant. He has one armor of resistance, and that resistance is cold. Are the pieces that he's brought with him. If you want anything additional, then if you want, he will say that you can essentially combine the strength of enchantments with, you can combine a +1 and a +2 with a resistance, but that increases the cost and the creation time.
Sorry, carry on.
Right.
You go. It's cool.
Oh. I'm assuming these light armors are like studded leather with metal studs and shit, right?
Yeah.
Not any Stix friendly armor. Shit. Oh god, why do I limit myself this way? Realize I could have +1 light armor and have a natural AC of 19. That would be sick. I could be the paladin I was born to be. But no, I'm fine, because if you can enchant a set of armor, the easiest one would take him, like a week. Then
Yeah, so plus one would basically take like a week.
shit.
You said there's a +2 light armor.
Yes.
What would that make my AC?
18.
18, yeah.
Okay, I'll have that. Thanks.
It's fucking sick for a druid ranger. Yeah, how much would
Sold, except how much is it?
It's like, if you'd like to come by the Babbling Kobold later, we can just negotiate on price there. But
Sure.
at the moment, off the top of my head, you'd probably pitch it around between 5,000 and 6,000.
But leather armor? Are you joking? Having a laugh.
Well, you must understand the creation process that goes. Something like this takes many weeks of work and magical materials
I'll
to go in.
take
The
my
cost
business somewhere else.
cost is very well, but I'm sure you'll find that most people.
How much would like +1 armor be? Like
the
the
minor
stand-
enchantment, that is significantly reduced as is a lower investment in time and material cost to myself. So that is in the region of around 12 to 1,500 gold.
Okay, that's pretty decent. Because I was thinking as well for you, that could be good, because then because if you unattune, say, to your braces, and you got some magic armor, that would up your AC by 1, which isn't massive, but it's pretty good. Like magic leather armor.
Don't her braces do something else though?
No, they just give her the same as studded leather, really, don't they?
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So if you wanted, you could purchase some.
How is it different from my magic braces?
So your magic braces, A, have to be attuned, and B, they make your roll AC 12 plus your dex. Magic light armor would make it 13 plus your dex. So it's basically give you +1. Like 1,500, I think you said.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think I do, but I'm not willing to spend it.
If you would like, Stix is open to sharing his wealth for the benefit of his friends getting some armor.
So is Neo.
So is Neo.
How many +1 armors? Light.
He had
There only one.
2 +1 armors light.
Okay, that's all right then.
Yeah,
Cool.
and he had a +2, and he had one of cold resistance as well.
Well,
Okay.
Arwen, if you want one, I'm willing to put in a couple of 100 gold for you to get one.
That's cool. I've got it. I got it. It's all good. But thanks.
Cool.
Half expecting Arwen to grab it and run.
I
Can I try it on first? Cheers. Oh, Stix, can you pass me your cloak? I think it would actually look rather fetching in this dimension.
Clary, if you are looking to...
I mean, to be fair, that would fucking work. That would work so
Also,
well.
Clary, if you are looking to buy armor, then you can potentially sell your braces of defense.
Oh, yeah.
Recoup some money
Yeah.
towards...
You're able to wear them if you've got armor on, because that's their whole point. You're not allowed to have armor when you wear them.
It's only +1.
It's only +1, but how many times have you been hit where it's just like just over your AC or just on your AC? Yeah.
Stick.
It's worth
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask Clary because I know what she's gonna say. How would you feel about going on a really quick, just trip to the what was it, Babbling Kobold or whatever? Just to see if this Just as he's here and he's not in his room.
Oh no!
And I really want that +2 armor.
I know you do, and I want you to have it.
Wondering how you feel about that.
As you're sort of going to turn away from the man and sort of like, just one moment. We just need to discuss. We're going on quite a dangerous mission, and we just need to discuss things among us. I'm sorry. I'm just going to pull my cloak up a little bit, sort of just for the just sort of like us two, purposely excluding Klari and Neo. No, exactly. So, remember what happened last time we stole some armor? I felt super fucking guilty. So did you. And everything went wrong.
Did I?
We were chased for miles. And we live in this town now. We literally live here. We do anything illegal. We have nowhere to go. They could take our house. We only just got a house, so they could take it.
True.
I feel like once you start living in a place, your chances of getting away with shit go down exponentially. Especially when you're one of few people who actually know where the thing for the crime is.
Damn it.
An annoying person who might get away with this problem is a goody two-shoes. So...
I think the phrase you're looking for has a strong moral compass.
Nah, goody two-shoes.
She had to be fucking saving her own country, not running away from it. Damn it.
Except for that one time where she helped me steal the shoes, then she was a good one shoe.
Then she was, yeah, that was a different story. He was a dick.
That was a great time.
Yeah. He deserved it, he was a dick.
JJ looks fed up.
JJ just planning jail heights.
No. What I'm mentally doing is planning this theft and how it's gonna run, because the discussion's gone there. So Brainy's going, okay, I've pulled a tavern name out of a big long list, so now I have to start making things up. What kind of defenses would a wizard, like some kind of wizard blacksmith, have around valuable items that they brought with them? Ideally to sell, but, you know.
Absolutely none.
Absolutely none.
None.
Piece of cake. Walk in.
Like, how do you protect valuable items?
Nope. Nope.
Wouldn't happen. Yeah. So that's my sort of feelings towards this. So I'm really, really sorry. But I'm gonna maybe not necessarily no, but I think it would be a really bad idea.
So if it's happening alone, not as a duo.
Sadly, yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Knighthood thing to keep up with, and I mean, all that happened after I gained some previous armor was I got stolen by a dragon. So, I'm learning not to sort of keep true to too many personal effects, as it were. Oh my god, that fucker stole my owlbear plushie.
No, he didn't.
No, I think the
because it wasn't magical.
Unless you had the owlbear plushie enchanted to be magical, which I'm very confident you didn't.
Pretty confident I didn't as well. Okay, cool. I've still got it.
Like, he was only
I have
interested
my
in the
squishy
magic
squid,
shit.
so it's fine.
Okay.
So
Uxen's still a dick. He's not that much of a dick.
I mean, he probably looked at it, but got all his dragony hands on it. And then it's probably worth because he's probably discarded it as not valuable.
Anyway, yeah, I apologize, but +1 is still pretty good, and maybe, I don't know. Do you have anything we could sell? Like,
no, not to get 3,000.
I mean,
out of curiosity, how much could I sell my braces of defense for?
They would probably go for in the region of around 3,000 gold.
Oh.
What about my +1 wand?
Your +1 wand. I
Well,
will
I could actually go for something.
have to have a quick check on that.
I still have that dwarven silver bell, although I doubt that'll go for anything.
Well, I could just put all my braces and we can use it.
Well, this one that she wants to buy is like 5,000.
Oh, is it the +2?
Yeah.
No, it's after.
5,000 to 6,000. Which, yeah, it'll be really good, but obviously that would require a lot of pitching in from everyone to even attempt to get that armor.
How much?
Like 5,000 to 6,000.
Oh, okay, that's great.
I mean, Neo's got like 1,000. 1,500 actually.
The wand you've got, Arwen, would go for about 1,200.
Okay, that's not bad.
That's pretty good. To be fair, I'm not really gonna get a wand out.
Yeah, you do.
And I've got
need a bow and shit.
And
Yeah.
I'm just like holding my bow while I fling fire.
And you now have your staff as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, okay, so assuming you got like about 12,000 for that, how much have you got? 1,200, sorry.
Not 12,000.
1,200. How much have you got on you now? I've got like 1,600.
I'd have 3,500.
How much would Neo be willing to gift?
For a friend? Yeah, for a thing. Yeah,
like 1,000.
At least, yeah.
Cool. If he gave you 1,000, I could then give you 500, and then you would have enough for the armor. Yeah, and then if you want some magic armor, if you wanted some magic armor, I mean, obviously you could sell your braces, and then you would therefore A, have enough money to buy that, and B, maybe something else.
So the 1,500 one would give me 18.
It would give you, yes, 18.
We've got 17.
Yes. And you'd be wearing armor, so it would free up an attunement slot as well.
So I don't remember how much that object would give me the ability to crawl on walls was.
Oh yeah, how much did
That
you
was like 5. Oh, that was Was that 10,000 or 5,000?
I thought it was like 5,000. The slippers of spider
Yeah.
climbing like that.
Okay, then don't worry. I'll just get the +1 then.
Oh
No, because you can sell your
Because
armor.
then I've got more money that I can save towards that.
Yeah.
So that would give me 1,500 to save. And I think that would put me at like 3,000.
Yeah. Yes, you'd nearly have enough for that.
So yeah, I'm gonna sell my braces. I'm just like,
Yeah.
And
Could we say that she just like went off and hearing about this guy's armor? Could we say that she went off and did that? Or...
Yeah, there's a lot of people around here who are interested in arms and armor and acquiring valuable pieces such as this. Yeah, so you could sell that for 3,000 gold.
Awesome. And then if we also said that, Arwen, you sold your stuff, and then, yeah, take off 1,000 from Neo's sheet. I'll take off 500 from mine. And then, oh, you're already close now.
that's without the money that I'm then going to spend.
Oh, to get
To
plus
take
one.
off. This,
How much was the wand? Sorry,
The wand was 1,200.
1,200. Thank you. So that'll be.
We's gonna be armored up, baby.
Magic mouth scroll. Oh, right.
Yeah,
the
your
spell,
scroll of
yeah.
it's exactly what it says.
Cool.
You still have jars of special sauce?
I don't. I think the things that X is.
You can just like click the tick and then it's like been got rid of.
I only noticed last session that they had little X and X.
I
don't know what glow stick was, but it's gone now.
Oh, it was one of the sticks we got when we went.
How much would someone pay for a wooden shield?
A wooden shield? Not much.
Like, nothing.
But you can enchant it. It's a nice blank canvas. Can I make a persuasion check?
Emphasis on blank canvas.
Blank canvas. It's really good. You can try anything on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is the most pure of all the materials.
Otherwise,
and therefore the easiest to acquire.
No.
I don't know what you mean. This thing has been on many an adventure. And can you see a scratch on it?
See some spider webs on it. Where did you get a shield?
Use the thingies.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, a shield is you can sell for about 5 gold.
But what about my lovely stories of this shield that's gone on all the
Make a
adventures?
persuasion check for me.
Thank you.
Can I give her advantage by regaling the tale of Sir Humphrey and how we helped defend his wall in an amazing deed? And this shield protected Sir Humphrey. But sadly, alas, we did not predict the second wave of archers who knocked him off of his wall. And thus he did fall, and all the king's horses and all the king's men could not put Sir Humphrey's head back together again.
It seems like this tale has thus irritated the potential purchaser, and the price remains at 5.
Fuck!
Fine, have it. I mean, you're getting a great deal.
Dumb.
Stupid man or woman.
Yeah. You've got 18 AC.
I just
Look at you go.
change it then.
Yeah. Got the same AC as a
What
paladin.
else do I have?
Yeah.
What about a fancy man's shoes?
To be fair,
some
depending
fancy
on how
shoes.
fancy.
Yeah, I mean, they might stretch you as much as like 15 or 20 golds to the right person.
I was thinking more 75. These are high quality. These are from a fancy man. Not just any man. Fancy man.
We could like street perform.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that
He had a
second-hand.
horse.
It's that second-hand quality that you keep harping on about that is lowering the price.
Fine. It was a fancy woman. Better?
No, because they're still second-hand.
A horse wore them.
Obviously
A
not
fancy
true. but
horse's
also second-hand.
shoes.
I don't
These
think...
are fresh out the box.
Ah, there you go.
And fancy.
Where is the box?
I threw the box away. But I only just got them out the box.
Recycling. Zuriel needs you to recycle.
Make another persuasion check.
I'm gonna stick that in front of my other shield. Zuriel needs you to recycle. Just stick like the Tryman logo like on it.
16. Your potential buy will go as high as 30 gold.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, I've taken 500 off my thing, Abby, so you can have that, whatever.
Thank you.
Really hoping this belt of dwarven kind isn't over. I mean, it's obviously going to be over $1,000. It's going to be fucking expensive.
What's the
But I've now got pretty decent AC, so I'm actually not incredibly worried about that. The belt of dwarven kind will allow me to speak dwarvish, which I already speak. Resistance to poison, which I don't have, and would be very useful. And increase my constitution. So I would have more HP. And most importantly, I might grow a voluptuous beard. It's the thing that Grog has in the Legend of Vox Machina, yeah.
I thought all it did was give him a beard.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It has some additional benefits as well.
Indeed. Can you imagine that around with a beard?
Yeah, I
That'd
mean,
be sick.
you were told an initial sort of like price by Bistina that you are looking at a similar price for Clary slippers as your belt of dwarven kind.
Fuck. Alright, Chantel made a good point. We're going to clear a space in this arena, and we're all going to fight each other. And in doing so, we're going to earn some dollar.
We're all gonna fight each other.
Or we
Yeah.
could do performances.
The mighty ranger of the Elven Wilds versus the foreign assassin.
Okay, so we're not all fighting each other at the
Paladin.
same time. Oh no, we are.
Be like-
How are we making any money?
Because people will place bets on it, and we
But
will.
doesn't one of us have to like go round and collect the money?
Well, that would be up to Ruka.
Alternatively, we strap Stix to like a big spinning board.
Love
Blind
it.
Clary. And she
Love it. No, you had me at sticks to a board that spins. That was just a cherry on the cake.
The fact that we don't have a big spinning board. Otherwise, I'm down.
Who knows polymorph? Wait, no, that's animals.
Why? Oh,
Or
why?
we
Where's
stand in
Piper
front
when
of a
you need him?
tree and put an apple on his head, and then Arwen can shoot it.
That would also work. Oh, yeah, where's Piper when you need him with that fucking plus 14 performance? Jesus. Ah, well. Fuck it. We've got.
What if I just get people to pay me to look at my dragon?
That could
I
work
mean, that,
too.
you know.
You want to see a dragon? 5 gold.
People are like, oh my god, yeah. And then they just walk in and see this tiny.
What are you saying about my dragon?
I mean, yeah, but like, you know, when people are imagining that would go down really well for like kids, but not really well for adults who are like, ooh, yeah, let's see a dragon.
I
then
don't
all of a
want to
sudden
see a
it's
baby dragon.
I mean, to be fair, though,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But a baby dragon that spits acid, I mean, that'd be terrifying. Cute, but terrifying.
Hell yeah. That's my boy.
Oh no, my There was a pause there where I thought I'd completely embarrassed myself. I'm very glad that everyone laughed.
It was good.
Right. So are we doing anything to try and earn more money, or are we just sort of falling this, nipping this in the bud and saying it won't work?
Yeah, I mean that's entirely up to you guys. You want to try and put on a show?
I kind of do, but I don't think we're going to earn 4,000 gold in a day. Or however many thousands of gold we need to earn in a day.
Clary has so good of a conscience. It's just, I was gonna say, me and Stix can fight while Clary pickpockets everyone, but no.
Do that.
Pickpocket the assholes.
How do you know if they're assholes, though?
Clary has really high insight.
That's a good point.
Excellent, let's do it.
I like to think of that point. Arwen just like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. She just slaps Stick. I'm like, hey, wait a minute, Simon, stop it. I don't mind.
So
I'm happy to do
what are
something.
you doing? Fake fight? The knife throwing board idea? The apple on the head? Just straight up stealing?
Oh shit, that's gonna die. Oh, I don't know. I mean, how confident are you guys feeling about doing that sort of thing? We are here for a couple of days. We did say we were here for like a couple of days, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
And we have nothing else to do. We could like try it for the rest of the day and something.
Yeah.
See how it goes. Yeah, fuck it. Which one are we doing?
What if we set up like a stool in the middle? It's like fight the paladin, 5 gold.
No.
Why not?
God, what if we found like it had an area we set up like boxes or random things, and it's a game of find the rogue.
I love it.
Clary's
do
gonna
it.
hide and see if people can find her.
So it's like fun.
It's like pick which
But-
box. You know that cup thing where you like move them all around, but it's just Clary underneath the box going.
Oh my Jesus! I mean, I do like the idea of the fight. I think we could actually like rally some, because people are assholes. We could rally some people with a fight. Like big beefy paladin versus rogue, or a ranger of the wilds versus an ancient warrior of Aegis. I reckon that would grab some attention. Definitely, and then obviously bound whoever. We get a take in it all. Boom, shakalaka. Feel like that could work.
Yeah. We can take it in turns, so 2 of us can go around taking the bets, while 2 of us.
I like that plan. It also gives me a chance to have a rematch against Clary, so I'm down.
I felt like that was a thing.
Not the reason I'm wanting to
Bring it on.
Do it, Clary. Yes. Win. I believe in you. If I had anything like to give you, I'd be like +2, but I don't.
Okay, so you guys are going with
Violence, yes.
with violence. No, but you're going with performative fighting to get. You're going with
Yes.
bouts of combat to get people to place bets on you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Got it.
And then we would obviously take of the money that comes in. So we'd say each fighter, the fighter that wins gets a take of the money that goes in, but obviously because we're pooling this money together, it would be fine. We technically all win.
So you guys would be trying to operate as the house here.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
So essentially, I think the simplest way for this to work is you guys would operate as the house, and people would bet on one or the other of you,
Mhm.
Exactly.
and then whichever one won, you guys would then have to pay out to all the winners, but claim, keep all the money from all the people that lost.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. I imagine we're not a very intelligent bunch. Actually, no, you're fairly intelligent.
I'm dumb as rocks.
Okay. Let's make this. Let's try and make this a multi-stage process to get some form of result at least.
Also, go up to the guards and tell them, this is like a thing we're consenting to. This isn't just like a rabble in the street fighting.
Mhm.
That's like a thing that someone can do, just so that obviously the guards don't think there's a random fight going on, and they're not going to try and stop us or anything.
I get all of our rope
Mhm.
and make a nice circle on the floor so that
Okay.
like street performers do,
Yes.
so that no one goes inside the circle.
And then just tie it around them, and then tell you that might
Okay,
not work.
yeah. So Stix goes and warns, lets some guards know that this thing is going to be happening. Arwen sets up a little ring with
Mhm.
some arrows and some rope and stuff like. Yeah, that's fine.
Nice.
That will help because it looks more official now.
Thank you.
And Stix will just sort of start when we're sort of like getting ready to do this. But like, gather around, one and all, and come see a legendary bout of fierce might. As myself, a paladin of Zuriel, one of her mightiest and most faithful warriors, faces off against a foreign rogue, against a mighty foreign rogue, here to defend the honor of her people.
Okay.
As I'll cool.
So what I'll say. So the first is Stix against Klari.
And some of a finger.
What I'll
Stix can't
say
wait.
is, visually, Stix is much the favorite in this. The paladin with armor and a sword versus an unarmored person with a couple of daggers. Like Stix, you are the heavy favorite. So someone will need to do some form of crowd work for Klari.
Whoa!
Depending, because it's unlikely that many people will, at the moment, on a visual aspect only, will bet against Stix.
Go on, Clary, you're the gal. We know you could do it. It's good.
I'm assuming this is something I might notice as everything's sort of being set up.
Yeah, this is a thing you're aware of, of how it would look visually of a heavily armored person with a big sword fighting essentially a small woman with 2 knives and no armor and stuff like that.
Okay. Could I?
Clary's gonna do some knife tricks.
Yeah, that's you can do some knife tricks and like some stuff like that.
And get Ruka to like crack around in bits of wood and fly around, and she's gonna hit them.
Yes.
Arwen is doing a cheerleading chant.
Okay. Can you both make performance checks for me?
I'm just giving them to Neo. Right here. While she's sort of doing that, I'd like to go up to Arwen.
Yes.
Oh,
Damn.
I'd like to sort of go up to Arwen and just whisper like, "Hey, so obviously I know how this fight looks compared to people who haven't, met Klari. So should I lose?"
Yes.
Like,
I mean, are we doing like, I don't know how things work. Is there like odds? Or is it?
No, I think people are just putting money on whoever they think.
The way I'm going to run this for the simplicity's sake, because we're setting this up on the fly, is that a certain number of people will bet on Klari, a certain number of people will bet on Stix.
Okay.
Will that be an even number or I'm assuming not an even number.
No, not an even number, and then it's up to you guys. One of you can fight it out for real. We'll probably just like reduce your hit points to like half maybe or something like that, so this doesn't take too long.
And so we don't die.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and then depending on who wins will depend on whether you guys actually make money or whether you lose money paying out to the people that bet on the winner. So this might be a bit of a little bit of a skill challenge involved for you guys to ascertain who the crowd is behind and therefore who the majority have bet on.
Okay.
I mean, shouldn't we not promote Clary as much so that everyone bets on Stix and then Clary wins so then we don't have to pay people?
I mean, yeah.
I think this is match fixing, but I'm for it.
I'm imagining we're having this conversation and then she's doing some slick shit with knives behind us and people are starting to take that plan. So I'm going to do something else. Then I'm just going to step sort of like near sort of my side of the ring.
Stix, can you also make a performance check for me before we get started?
go down, and for my sort of performance, I'm not going to do anything other than just get down on one knee, pull out my shield, and look like I'm praying.
Okay.
What I'm actually doing is I'm trying to help hype up Klari a little bit more by druid crafting behind my shield some like petals and shit, like cherry blossoms, just like sort of like forming around you as you're sort of throwing shit and doing all sorts of stuff, so the hype becomes a little bit more even.
Okay.
Okay, so you two are just fighting. No one's trying to win compared to the other. This one's just a
I guess.
straight fight because we haven't kind of rigged it.
I guess we'll give this a go for now, and then we've got a couple of days there. I imagine we could try this again.
We can do this a couple of times.
Okay.
We're
A big rematch.
a pretty big city. We can go here in
We
one
are
place.
risking losing money.
We're risking what?
Losing money.
I think we'd lose money.
Yeah,
Because it-
the way
Maybe
I'm
it's
thinking this is going to run at the
possible.
moment
Oh, yeah.
is you guys are operating as the house, setting this up. People are coming to essentially Neo and Arwen at this point and placing bets on Klari and Stix. And so one of you will have the majority. So let's say hypothetically it works out as like 55-45. Then if the person with 45% of, so let's say let's say Stix is the favorite because visually that's what people are expecting. More people potentially will bet on Stix, and therefore if Klari then wins, you make money
Better for us.
because but if Stix then wins, you guys are essentially going to lose money because you have to pay out to more people that won.
Yeah, so say if they all bet 1 gold, just because that's easy,
Yeah.
but then they win 2 gold each,
Yeah,
we'd have to pay like
Yeah,
some
so say
gold.
100 people bet 1 gold, and then you have to pay 55 people back their gold plus 1 gold. You guys are suddenly net down some amount of gold.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
okay.
You're net down 10 gold, I think, at that point.
Yeah.
In knowing that, as I'm assuming, we would have had these conversations sort of before setting it up, unlike we're doing now.
Because
Could
this shit is
I-
hilarious.
As Clary's sort of doing her thing, can I try and make sort of like an insight check, try and get a read of the crowd now, whether it's a little bit more even, whether it's still...
Make a performance check for me. I just want that as a baseline.
Okie dokie. This is my performance. 12.
12.
Oh, 5.
Okay. Yeah, so... yeah, make a perception check.
Perception.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately, focused on like trying to discreetly hype up Klari in this instance, and like you're not, and so far there's not a lot of volume going on.
I was gonna. If I noticed it was going one way or the other, I was maybe not gonna hype up Klari. But actually, yeah, with that full perception, I think seeing. Yeah, like realistically thinking, oh yeah, okay.
At the moment, with nothing happening, it's quite difficult for you to get a read on things.
Exactly. Yeah. So in that case, I'll still hype up Klari with the blossoms sort of coming around you as you're throwing shit, so it looks all like cool and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, I have an idea. When it's just about to begin, me and Neo go to each other, tell each other like work out who the favorite is. We can do that, right?
Yeah, you guys are the house, so I'd assume.
So we can do that.
I will make it a check to basically
To do quick maths.
do quick maths. Yes. With
Okay.
Neo's -1
Good
intelligence.
evening, Arwen, and they go with -1 intelligence to do quick maths. Bear in mind, Arwen can't fucking read.
I can't read, but Neo can tell me this stuff, and I'll be like,
Good point.
Yeah. So if I announce you last in the like in this corner is blah blah blah, in this corner is blah blah blah, the person I announce second is the favorite.
Okay.
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 So let
I like that.
you know. So let the other person win.
Okay.
Yeah?
Oh, but I imagine like letting someone win is going to come down to like performance, because it's going to have to, people are suddenly going to realize when we're pulling our punches and stuff.
Well, I mean, sometimes we can lose. I mean, I might not be working it out right. I'm a bit dumb.
Yeah.
So
We will figure this out.
I'll just let you
So-
know. Then we'll have the information.
Yeah. Give it all you got, basically.
Yeah.
Until
See what happens.
we'll try and make it as even as possible, and then at the last minute, maybe figure something out. Unless you absolutely fucking smash me. Or smash you. In which case.
I mean, for this match, I feel like it's you've
Good.
both got some things to do, so
Yeah.
wouldn't blame you.
Yeah. Yeah. But this time we have weapons. So unlike
I'm
before.
sorry, if I could beat you with bottles.
Yeah, because you could sneak attack. I can't smite with bottles. Actually, no, I believe I could.
Yeah, you could, because they're improvised weapons, so it's a weapon, so you
think-
could smite. The
Oh,
rule
yeah.
is
It
no
wasn't-
magic, though.
No
so
magic.
you weren't
Ah,
allowed to
yeah.
smite.
Yeah, so I wasn't allowed to smite. You beat me without my main damaging function.
You forget that, like, I'll still take half damage, and that's if you can even hit me in the
Ooh.
mirror image.
If you can even hit me in the first place.
Yeah, fine.
Bring it on!
Go feel fast.
I mean, if
Neo, tell me the numbers.
okay, make an intelligence check, and Neo will make one as well. Neo gets a 12. Arwen gets a 6. You guys don't know.
But I know the maths.
It's you guys can't figure it out. It's not clear. Is the result at the
Oh
moment?
shit.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
still trying to figure it out as everyone's getting ready and it's taking a while.
In this corner is Klari. In this corner is Stix. Do the fighting.
Okay.
The hype.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more pageantry that goes on, but essentially, yeah, like this has sort of been like a process. You guys have been, kind of working the crowd while all this is going on, generating a bit of interest and things like that. For all his, for all his failings, Neo is actually a pretty good, like, public
Hype
speaker, and
Oh.
generally manages to create quite a general interest and gain almost like a rapport with the crowd to get this running. He got a 21 on his performance check.
Okay.
So
Alright.
he's done a pretty good job of, like, getting everything like in motion in terms of like getting the crowd involved and stuff like that. But yeah, between him and Arwen, the results are pretty tight. You're not confident which one of you is the favourite. So the way we can run this, you guys can just go hammer and tong on each other. We'll just say you're pulling your punches and stuff like that, so no one is actually in danger of dying. You'll still consume spell slots if you want to use those sorts of things. But just mark down your hit points, and when you get to 0, that'll be it. Or we can try and pick up some sort of point system and on the fly and just run with that of like hits and type things.
Cool.
If you guys want to just go straight for hit points, then it's fine. Or
Probably
the way
easier.
I think probably do
Yeah.
it'd be roll to hit, roll your damage, and then depending on the damage numbers, that would score you points. So it might be like 10 damage is 1 point, 20 damage is 2 points, and stuff like that. And then you'd go up to like an 11 hit point system or something like that.
Okay.
Or or like a 7 hit point system or something like that.
Yeah.
But it'd be meant if you dealt 12 damage, it would still be 1 point.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I mean, which way would you prefer us to run it? Basically,
I'm happy either way. You know, hit points is probably easier. A point system might be a little bit quicker. It's up to you guys.
Yeah, we'll go with the points for now, and I think that'll just be that'll be a little bit easier.
We start like half of our hit points.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
Okay, yeah, if you want to start on half, that's fine as well.
Just to potentially speed.
Yeah, just track it down. You know.
Right.
So we'll do this all as you guys are pulling your punches. I might say at the end of the day, like a couple of checks, depending on how many bouts of this you do, a couple of checks involved just to see if there's any sort of like lingering harm from lots of fighting. But
Lasting physical damage.
well,
really
you know, depending on what you use, like you can pull a sword punch, you can pull a dagger strike. It's slightly harder to pull a divine strike.
Yeah, I'm slightly worried that with a high enough divine smite, I could take you out in 1 turn.
Yeah, this was why.
Well, don't kill.
Am I allowed to use Ruka?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use. You can use anything at your disposal. You know, it's like.
If you could use Ruka, I could use Elvis.
What is Elvis gonna do?
Elvis,
Liquor?
I have been
Great.
Elvis to be my war elk. And we've
yeah,
also
He's gonna start nibbling at my arrows. Just
Anyway, without further ado, would you like to roll initiative?
That's canon. Elvis is currently just on the edge of the arena with half a rope in his mouth.
He is the bodyguard. He's making sure no one gets in.
Ain't nobody touching my boy.
Oh,
Yes!
Oh no. He gets to
Stix,
go
you have the
first.
initiative.
Damn it.
Alright. So we're obviously starting off. And we're all sort of waving. And I'm just fucking charging. Bearing down. And I'm gonna... I want to make a bit of a show of it. But I also want to not kill Clara. So I will, as a bonus action, cast apologies. Should have thought what I was doing. I will cast nothing. I'm just gonna go for a straight hit. See what happens. Oh, if I had advantage, you would be dead. That would be a 3rd level spike crit. See you later. But no. Oh, that just
that doesn't
hits.
hit. Oh no, because if
18
it's
just
on
hits.
it, then it hits. Doesn't
Yeah.
it? Damn it.
Meets it,
Oh, they
meets
made it like proper little buttons now. So that's 14 plus a divine smite. Of which I'm going to use a 3rd level. 12. So that's 26 points of damage.
Go Clary. Whoop whoop. Go Clary. Whoop whoop. Do the win. Whoop whoop. Do the win.
And I've just got my shield out right in front of her. Bring it. 20. You also only get sneak attack if you have advantage against me. Oh no, or an ally within 5 feet. So yeah.
Does Ruka count as the ally within 4?
Yes.
Oh, because I don't actually have to have her distract. she can just be present.
Just be there.
Just be present, yeah.
Oh, this entire
No,
time.
because Ruka's not a combat threat. I'm really. I'll say yes for the purposes of this, and then while you guys are fighting, I will look up the description of the spell.
I believe the way you did it before was like we can make Ruka a combat threat, but then Ruka can obviously be targeted with attacks and killed and stuff. And as a thing with only 1 hit point, I imagine that's probably not good.
Oh, I've only got 1 hit point.
A familiar can't attack, but can take other actions as normal. Therefore, it can't be a combat threat for the purposes of sneak attack.
But it can give the help.
It can give the help action, which gives you advantage, which then gives you sneak attack. But it doesn't. Ruka doesn't count for the clause of an ally within 5 feet.
See.
So, but yes,
But
Ruka
advantage can
give the
still be counted.
help action.
I see. What are you doing?
How large is this circle of light?
Good point.
How many pieces of rope do you want to use?
I mean, I'll use mine. I'm assuming someone else has some.
Yeah, I was going to use
Yeah.
maybe 3. How big is How big is that?
That'll
I
be
don't know.
150 feet of rope.
Oh yeah, no, just 100 then.
Yeah.
50 seems small.
50 would be
100
very
seems alright.
circle, but yeah, 100 feet would be alright. I feel like.
It's like 100 feet in like width.
No, it's 100 feet.
Because it'll be 100
So
How
then
much?
in a circle. So it'd be like 50 feet across
So you're using
No, it wouldn't.
100 feet of rope for.
for a circle. I don't know how to do
I feel like that'd be
this.
like 20 to 30 across.
Not big enough.
That is approximate. That is, well, according to maths, it is 47.46. But it's about 50 feet across. So it's a reasonably
Okay.
big circle if you use 2 things. Like, you guys can obviously tailor it so it's a little bit smaller or bigger, and to our size.
How much would- Wait, how much did you say?
Wait, hang on,
50
sorry.
feet across.
I've put in the wrong number. It is about 30 feet across if you use 100 feet of rope.
Yeah, that's alright.
Slightly
Yeah.
about over 30 feet.
I'm running far enough away that you can't get to me next round.
I don't think there's, given the size of the ring, there's not physically a space you can get to where Stix won't be
Yeah.
able to get to you.
Even if it was 50 feet, then maybe. But that's fine.
Yes, I miscalculated the first time. I used 150 instead of 100, so the ring is 30 feet across. If you want to make it bigger, we can say it's bigger. But obviously you have to think of how much space you are now taking up as well.
Yeah, I imagine obviously on a busy street we can't take up too much space.
Yeah.
How much would just 50 feet of the rope
50
be?
feet would be very small.
Yeah.
Over 50 over pi, 15 feet across.
Very intimate.
Hey, I'm gonna cast mirror image.
Okay. Yeah, you can cast mirror image. Your duplicates come out.
What stuff can Ruka do? Is it just like the help action, as in like give me aid on my attack?
Yeah, give you advantage on your attack.
Yeah. I can really do this round. And hopefully do it.
I guess.
Yeah, that's all I can do. Cast mirror image.
Okay, you cast mirror image.
There's nowhere to hide. It's going to be quite an.
No, it is an
Yeah.
open area.
I can fly though. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, you
Shit,
can
yeah, can I
fly.
just go 40 feet up in the air?
No, because you are not in an area of dim light, so the bat cloak.
Oh,
Damn
yes,
it.
of course. be dark. It needs to be dark
Damn
for you
it,
to
yeah.
fly.
Thought I had it then. I was like, widthwise.
Shut the stuff.
Oh.
You could just fly down and up, down.
Damn it. Yeah. Okay. That's what I can do.
Yeah.
Okay, we go back to Stix. So Klari roll. I'm guessing you're gonna make 2 attack sticks.
Yeah.
Okay, so Klari roll a d20 for each attack to see whether or not it targets a duplicate. So 6, if you roll your attacks and Klari you roll.
5
Okay.
and 18.
Okay, so the first attack actually targets Klari.
Oh.
The second attack targets a duplicate.
I was 6.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So despite cutting through all of this, and you can see this, like, there's suddenly these, like, 3 duplicates appearing, and everything, and then, like, even though you, like, manage to, like, weave around, and it looks like you hit the real 1 Stix, Klari still manages to dart out the way.
Shit.
Oh my god! I just realised
Yeah.
I shouldn't have taken the full damage last round.
You didn't say you were going to uncanny dodge. It's your
Do I have to say it?
Yeah, because it's your reaction.
Yeah, you use your reaction to uncanny dodge.
I forgot I did it.
But the second attack targets a duplicate. Stix, you still have to roll to hit, because you still might miss the duplicate.
Yeah. I think the duplicate has like an AC of 10 though.
No,
It's 10 plus dex.
Oh, 10 plus
I
dex. So
think it's the same as
15.
mine.
No, it says it.
Oh, Jesus, really? I
You
Yeah.
missed
can't
the
get it.
It says a duplicate's AC equals 10 plus your dexterity modifier. If an attack hits the duplicate is destroyed.
You're thinking of,
I think I'm thinking of Ayla.
yeah, of Ayla, the Echo Knight, which has the
Yes.
same AC.
So yeah, Stix, you make these 2 strikes. You like go for Klari and she dodges out the way. Convinced you've gone for the wrong one, you go for a different one and you miss it still. We're back with you, Klari.
I began with so much confidence, but I'd like to point out I purposely didn't do a 3rd level smite. I only did a 2nd level because I felt bad.
You did a 3rd level.
I did a 3rd level?
You did 4d8. First is 2, second is 3,
Oh,
third
shit.
is 4.
Never mind. I wanted to... Fuck, that's my bad.
Okay.
I clicked the wrong one, but I'll happily take it now.
Right. Okay. Put all my hopes and dreams into this attack.
You have advantage.
So I'm gonna. Do I have advantage?
Well, I'm guessing you said Ruka on like at the end of your turn. You had Ruka
Yeah.
give you the help action.
Yeah.
So for the purposes of this, we can kind of assume that's what Ruka's going to be doing every single time, unless Stix is going to smack Ruka out of the sky or try and prevent it in some way.
I mean, I'm thinking about it.
It's
Just
entirely up to you.
No.
Ah!
Oh no, advantage
Oh,
though.
fuck. All right.
13, 23, 29.
29. Jesus.
Yeah, and as there's this like spark of like electrical energy when you actually finally land this strike, there's like ripple of like almost like surprise through the crowd. You can see around there's a few people that maybe looked quite confident when things started and Stix landed his first blow that are now like, oh no, have I bet on the wrong person? Anything else on your turn, Klari?
I'm pretty sure you worked it wrong. No, I don't think there's anything I can
Okay,
do.
no bonus actions.
Oh. I mean, I could bonus action disengage and back away just to be an asshole, but.
You can also hit me as a bonus action.
Oh, yeah, no, I can. Yeah, I might as well.
Oh, yeah, you're right, I did. Should have been 14, not 16.
15.
Oh, just hits.
Do I still have?
15?
Do I still have advantage?
No.
No, yeah, it doesn't.
It's
Oh, yeah.
the help action gives you advantage on one attack,
Aha.
not for one turn.
Fuck you.
And you can say if you wanted to use Ruka in combat, you could direct Ruka to help someone else rather instead of just you. You know, it's not the next attack. You can let Ruka's essentially like waiting for their moment.
I tried to get Ruka to do that last time, but then she was immediately killed.
Yeah.
To use your
Well,
That was
Ruka has the flyby trait as an owl, which means they don't provoke attacks of opportunity.
Yeah.
So they can come in, use the help action, and then fly away.
Okay.
But yeah, but most things, if something is continuing to harry them, they will eventually turn on it.
Right.
All right. Before you go, Stix, Arwen, make a perception check for me, and Neo will make one as well. His is not enough.
Oh.
18. Given how close this is, an 18 still doesn't cut it. You're still undetermined. Given how close the crowds are, as in like an 18 is like it's. I made some rolls based on your performance rolls as a baseline, and they came out really similar. So it's really tight. So an 18, unfortunately, you can't tell which way the crowd is swinging. I'll tell you the numbers afterwards. Coming up with a system to decide this on the spot. It's imperfect, but
Yeah. It's going good.
My question: do I flatten you now, or do I not?
what does your heart tell you as you are trying to
My heart tells
potentially
me
sell
I
this?
want to win this
No,
time.
my duplicates are still there.
Yeah, I got something that can say fuck you to your duplicates. Cool. I will, in a very elaborate manner, for the first time in the campaign, I actually think this will go well for me. And I call down Moonbeam upon your space. Moonbeam, a silvery beam of pale light, shines down in a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder, centered on a point within range. Till the spell ends, dim light fills the cylinder. When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn, or starts its turn there, it is engulfed by ghostly flames that cause searing pain. Must make a Constitution saving throw. Takes 2d10 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. A shape changer makes this save a disadvantage. If it fails, it also instantly reverts to its original form and can't assume a different form until it's blah 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 blah. On each of your turns after you cast a spell, you can use an action to move it.
So that can only go over one person.
Can go over a 5-foot radius circle. So it's like a
5-foot radius, not like as in a 5-foot square.
Just to throw this out there, Stix, a duplicate can be destroyed only by an attack that hits it. It ignores all other damage effects. The spell ends when all 3 duplicates are destroyed. So Moonbeam will not destroy the duplicates.
Yes. No, it won't destroy the duplicates. But it means I don't have to hit her to deal some damage.
That is true.
Especially when this spell is cast at 3rd level.
Stix is either blowing all his chances at a repeat performance.
Slightly. Because this is just about spite. Because we've had arguments about this since that fight. I want to win.
Oh no, I'm enabling a domestic. You guys know you could just go on Roll20 and just have a fight.
We could.
Or you could just pull out brooms and have a fight, you know. Break one in half, Klari can have 2 small ones, and Stix can have 1 big one. Maybe I shouldn't encourage actual physical violence.
Probably not.
If you guys want, I'll set you up with a nice map and you can just wail on each other. The cathartic release of your character.
Problem is, it is slightly unfair because Chantel's character is entirely based off getting advantage with other friendlies. And
I
I'm just...
forgot that I could take half damage on
Yeah,
that massive hit.
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
So I called...
Technically, Stix is an ally within 5
Not
feet.
in this context.
Technically.
No.
Trust me, Abby, right now, Stix.
When you're fighting when you're fighting something, it will be the same if in a hypothetical situation something mind controlled let's say something mind controlled Klari to attack Stix. If like a lizard man was also attacking Stix, Klari would technically get advantage on, or like could like flank with the lizard man as they both become enemies to Stix in that moment. Or would be like using sneak attack because Stix might not know that she'd been mind controlled.
Yeah.
And so forth.
So how big is
10 foot. 10 feet by 10 feet.
So you can just take like a single step to the side and get out of Moonbeam.
I mean, or I could just put it in front of me.
Yeah. Are you putting it on her or are you putting it in the way?
No, I'm putting it on her.
Okay.
Because it's
So
start of her.
Clary, roll a Constitution saving throw.
You still take up a 5 foot space, though. Is the point of that spell? You don't take any. You don't take up
But
a.
if it's in like a 10-foot square,
Yeah.
then you wouldn't be able to get all 4 of us to put in a line. You know?
Yeah, the spell doesn't affect the duplicates.
So assuming you surely you did
The
roll.
way mirror image works is essentially the duplicates are like, I think it says dancing around you.
Yeah, I've always
I thought,
thought in a like
I
5 foot.
pictured it in like a.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make duplicates like around you in different spaces. They're still within your space.
Oh, I thought they'd like filled other spaces.
No, they're still within your space. But
Okay,
so it's like you become a really close.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
3 illusory duplicates of yourself appear in your space.
That
Yeah.
makes more sense.
Until the spell ends, the duplicates move with you and mimic your actions, shifting position, so it's impossible to track which image is real.
Indeed.
But yeah, so you take up a 5 foot space in combat because swinging arms and stuff like that, but you can stand 4 people close together in a 5 foot space.
Cool.
So he doesn't know which one is you, but he knows all 4 of you are in this square.
Yeah.
That space. Hence, Moonbeam. Yeah,
So I'm
that's.
just gonna take damage from the start of my turn then.
You can make a save to have it.
Is that the end of yours?
Yeah.
Well, it's Clary's turn. Clary, make a Constitution saving. Is it Constitution?
Yeah, Constitution save DC 17.
So I failed.
You did.
Okay.
And then I roll
2d6.
3.
2d10, not 3.
I cast it at 3rd level.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So this is spiked for Stix.
I'm not being a dick.
You are being a dick.
I'm not being a dick.
I
We're
had 10 less
fighting.
hit points than you to start with. You're just being a twat.
I'm not being
What? That's someone, because I can't get out with that. I can't do that. That's so unfair.
No, you can't.
You can't just put something so I'll take damage as soon as I start my turn. I don't even get a chance to fight.
You get a chance to save against it.
Well, I hope that everyone was betting on me to win, or you to win, then I would love it.
Me too.
I'm not taking the win.
That's fair. I'll take full responsibility for that. Don't kill much, indeed.
Also, it's proud. If I had remembered I had uncanny dodge,
Yeah, you'd be fine.
this would be a very different fight.
Okay. So
And if
Clary, there is a 10-foot column of radiant light burning you with ghostly flames.
Yeah, I had points, so I'm done.
Oh, that is all your hit points.
That's it. Because
Okay.
we half to start with.
Okay. Well, in which case,
And for good measure.
That's fair. I deserve it.
the fight ends. There are some cheers. Some people like this has been quite a spectacular show of magical prowess. So a few people are sort of like quite taken aback, but it kind of like adds to this like initial thing. And you know, like Stix, you cancel the spell, you like help Klari to her feet, and stuff like that. There are cheers and whoops throughout the crowd. Unfortunately, Stix was the favourite, even with the rolls. So you guys have now lost money. What I did was I took your performance rolls and I rolled a d20 and add them to the result of that to see who was the favourite. Stix, you ended up with a 30 and Klari ended up with a 28.
Oh.
So it was really, really tight. So you're not going to lose too much money, but you are going to lose a bit of money.
That's fair. Apologies, team.
I told you were the favourite, Stix. God.
To be fair, based off of our discussion with Arwen, I can't remember who you introduced first, actually.
You introduced me first and you second.
Yeah. So you should have lost based on that discussion.
I should have, but then I made a perception check to try and see, and I failed, and I bigged you up. So I thought maybe you'd be the favourite.
Okay. You guys are, as a group, are down 35 gold.
Okay.
Shit.
That's not that bad.
I think it's fair if I take that off my amount of gold.
That could have been a lot worse.
That could have been a lot worse, to be fair.
Okay.
I think we should do it again.
Yeah, I mean, we'll say us. You know, it takes some time to sort of like go through the motions, and if you want to set up another round, those sorts of things, to do the same sort of things to hype up whoever's going to be going next. You know, a couple of people sort of come up and ask if you're taking. They like sort of like come up and ask if you're taking challenges and stuff like that.
Yeah, I will take a challenge, or if anyone wants to challenge Klari, I'll offer to heal her up a little bit so that she can be a challenger.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the damage in this. It's more like representative of how the fight's going rather than physical damage to you guys.
I
have to worry about healing. You do consume the spell slots, though, so you can't do that every time.
That's fair.
But are you putting on another bout? Is Arwen taking part? Do you want Neo to take part?
Yeah. I mean, only fair if Arwen gets to swing. Would you like to fight me, or would you like to fight Neo? or Klari?
I mean, who wants to fight me?
Valid point.
I feel like someone wants to give me a...
Oh, Stix has wanted to punch you for a while, but at the same time...
Should we go with Neo for the sake of
Yeah.
entirely new... For the sake of your spiel, shall we say?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay. In which case, performance checks from both Arwen and Neo. Oh, okay.
Oh. Hot damn.
Neo gets a 14, I'll tell you that.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
Helps if my pen's actually in righty mode.
No, fuck this undead army. Let's just start the Colosseum here.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
Don't want to enough armor.
Okay. Stix and Klari both make intelligence or perception checks once like you're collating all the bets and stuff like that to see if you can work out who is the favourite. I've written Arwen twice instead of Arwen and Neo. Arwen is fighting herself.
That's an everyday occurrence.
I will give Klari advantage on this intelligence check.
I'll say
My
with the
perception.
speed that this sort of thing happens, it's kind of you independently going around and doing this thing. So
Right. Okay. Okay. So yeah,
Intelligence. Oh, just straight.
or perception.
perception or intelligence.
Well, it's fine.
You know, it's either like looking through like your physical, like collecting like slips of paper and stuff like that from people and looking through all that, or just trying to gauge generally.
Very
You're meant to be the smart one of our group, of our little band of troops. Oh, exactly the same. Oh,
Clary, you're unsure. You're like trying to look through all the bits of paper that you've got, but Stix has also got some of them, and you don't manage to get through all of them before like people are getting antsy and they, you know, the crowd wants the next fight to take place. Stix, you kind of get a good idea, less of actually like reading what's been written and just more gauging the feel of the crowd, that Arwen is the favourite. The majority of bets have been placed in her favour.
damn. The Purple Devil versus Arwen. Honestly, Arwen is more terrifying than the Purple Devil.
Before you begin, are you guys gonna just fight?
Stop.
Like, do you just want to fight with Neo, or are you gonna try and rig this one?
Everyone loves me.
Yes, which means you have to lose. Well, you don't have
I'll
to lose.
do it. Only because I want Clary to have the spider feet. Hit me, Neo.
Can I?
You can
Could
either
I pop
like
in?
I'll say in this instance, then you can give Neo the initiative,
Yeah, sure, why not?
and sorry, go on.
Would some like commentative sort of hype aid in sort of Neo aid in this performance of like rigging the thing that we're
Yes,
trying to do?
there will need to be some checks made, otherwise people might get suspicious.
Cool, yeah. So just like imagine Stix is just like trying to hype up everything, especially hyping up what Neo does and not quite what Arwen does. Like when Arwen does something, you're like, oh, she does that. But then when Neo's like smashing it towards, really sort of playing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean Neo comes in and just straight up just 2 strikes initially against you, which is going to be a 27 and an 18.
Yes.
Okay. 2 hits, and that's some good dice.
For a second, I thought you meant that was the damage. I was like, I'm
No.
dead.
Although it is 21 damage from these first 2 hits.
21. Excellent. Lovely.
So yeah, he like comes in with this big like halberd and like these kind of like 2 slightly showy. You pick up on like probably Stix. You pick up on it slightly more. These are slightly showy. There's a little bit of flourish to these as he goes in on Arwen. But it is over to you, Arwen. What would you like to do?
No, I won't.
So it's like you don't necessarily need to make performance checks. It'll depend on what actions you take as to whether or not you do. Stix, I'll probably get a performance check from you with your crowd work. To just kind of
11.
Yeah, I mean an 18 hits Neo with you pull out of your many weapons. You pull out this big great sword over your back.
Just love the fact that Arwen's running around with like a great sword. Where sword,
13. Okay.
everything.
let's be honest, I don't look the most at home with a great sword.
No,
So I
but
think this is helping the performance. I'm like,
there is something about your aesthetic though, where this this elven person festooned with weapons. You have the crowd's favor, even if maybe you are not visually the most, or you gained the crowd's favor at the beginning with your performance.
Noise.
Anything else on your turn?
I can't attack twice with a great sword.
Yeah, you can.
Can I?
Yeah, you can attack twice with any weapon. You have the ability to attack twice, not. It's not restrictive. Yeah, that hits Neo as well.
That's...
That's fine. That's fine.
and Arwen cleave up.
7 damage.
And then hopefully this will just end it because he went first. That's the only reason he'll have won, because he went first.
Mm-hmm. So in response to the second hit, having used your system of announcing Arwen second, Neo does pick up on the fact that he is supposed to win this. So he's going to use his one of his uses of Hellish Rebuke. Can you make a dexterity saving throw, Arwen?
Sorry.
It's alright, no. It works for selling it as you like dodge out of the way of this like fiery eminence. 3, 10. So you take another 5 fire damage. That's half. So.
Yeah.
Then it is Neo's turn. 19 and 17.
Well done.
How much HP have you got?
I had 13. So.
Those are rolls to hit.
Oh, right.
So there is a chance. I mean, he's hit twice,
meant...
which is going to be a plus
Sorry.
5 on each roll. So if he rolls 2 1s, you'll be all right.
Sorry, I thought you meant the 17 damage.
Yeah. So for like narrative sake, like these fights are obviously very quick in terms of the number of turns and number of rolls, but like narratively, you can imagine there would be a bit of back and forth going on for your showmanship.
How many hit points does Neo have for this thing?
This 45.
Okay. Fair enough. So how much do we all win?
Well, I'm just going to do that maths for you now.
$5,000 gold.
I'm probably making this overly complicated, but it's fine. Because I've got my old school calculator here, so...
What are you doing?
You guys make... You guys make... What did I say you made last time? You lost 35 gold.
35.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys make like 150 gold from this one.
Oh, shit.
You go, Clary. All for you.
It's, like... The first one was very close. This one was still not. It wasn't too bad, but it was much. Those small variances in favor add up to a lot more gain over time. This was 33 for Arwen and 24 for Neo, so that difference adds up to a lot if the underdog wins.
Damn. Fair play. So. Wait, so Arwen, yeah, I am right in thinking you've got your armor now, or at least you have the money for your armor.
I have the money for it, yeah,
Cool.
but I don't have it on.
Cool.
I thought we were doing this for Arwen's armor.
No, I don't think
No, we're doing it for you and
for your
and-
spider boots.
100. Aww. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Stix is beating you
Spider
up for
shoes.
your own benefit.
spider shoes.
Yeah, feeling really
Well-
good about this, I am willing to give you some of my own personal money because I do now realize that we lost a lot of money, and I feel really bad. Stix does feel really bad about that in the end.
There's none of
I mean,
It was
Ben
a
feels nothing.
it was a perfectly fair fight.
I'm happy for this to go on for as long as you guys want it to go on for. I'll say you could probably fit in, let's say, I mean, if you wanted to go as many as 4 more bouts before the end of the day, you could do that. If you wanted to fit, like, I'll probably say for the sake of, like, capping this off, I'll say you can go up to 4 more bouts today or to, like, and spread over the rest of today and tomorrow if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's fair. Could we
Um,
then? Yeah, so I'm imagining then we go to like a different part of the city where the sort of all other festivities are being held, and we
Mhm.
sort of
Yeah, so you're like trying to spread it out and
Yeah.
Who wants to go next? And we can kind of rattle through these, having established your process of pageantry.
Yeah.
And get to the results a little bit quicker.
Stix, come at me.
All right, bring it.
Okay, we're gonna Stix and Arwen. Okay, so first your 2 performance checks.
Yeah. Performance. That's you.
9 from Arwen.
Might be sometimes. Oh,
Right, now you have to let me win.
Arwen.
Yes, this time I do feel bad. That previous one was just cathartic exercise.
I know.
Okay.
That cathartic exercise is maybe a meant yeah this evening.
There is no guarantee Stix is. I will say this: there is no guarantee Stix is the favourite. However,
A criticism.
you guys can make it what we will. Klari and Klari, you can make a check. Neo is Neo. Neo doing what Neo does best.
Oh dear.
Yeah, Klari, you're very confident that Stix is the favourite.
That poor summer child.
Oh damn. Yeah, I feel really bad for Neo because I imagine a lot of the time we're making fun of him for being like really bad at sort of like intelligence roles, whatever. He's probably actually trying to think of something really pertinent about his backstory and his life. But we're just like, Neo, pay attention. And then the next
He's
minute,
on-
why haven't you remembered anything about your life yet? What the hell's wrong with you?
You know when you've got something on the tip of your tongue and you're like, oh, but then it goes. That's what happens every single time. He's like,
Yeah.
oh. And then we ask him a question. He's like, wait, what?
Yeah. Poor lad. He's always like,
Okay.
in and out.
Well, in this case, again, you can choose who has the initiative. Initiative is basically how fast do you react. So you can choose to react slower if you're trying to.
I'm doing this sort of like prayer floor, so it's sort of like
You're doing this prayer, and Arwen's like the underhand sneaking in an early hit before you're ready.
yeah, sort of. So it looks a little bit more believable that she's a very sneaky fighter sort of thing, and then
So it looks like I'm
Arwen,
playing dirty
have
when
at it.
I'm not.
yeah.
Hold on.
But
I'm
for
looking.
this one, I don't have my shield out. It just looks like a big fancy bracer. So my AC is reduced for the purposes of.
Would you like to fail a dexterity throw because you're currently praying or whatever?
Arwen, please tell me you're not casting Fireball.
What?
Good.
I've never.
This is quite a small array. I'll tell you. Actually, no, I'm not going to tell you this. I'm just going to leave it at that, and then if you decide to go through with this, I'll tell you the consequences. Having established that the arena is 30 feet across.
I mean, okay. Assuming that we could discuss something like this on the way over of how to make these fights more believable, could we say we all pitched in larger amounts of rope to make it a bigger arena and therefore spells such as Fireball and
If you wish to put
others.
this on the table and avoid barbecuing some civilians, then I'll say yes. That is absolutely fine. You can make the ring much
Yeah.
bigger and avoid
Then obviously
barbecuing the civilians.
Arwen is the master of flame.
Because Arwen's looked up, oh, new toy. Dead people. Which is a very Arwen thing to do but I feel like punishing you for murdering a group of civilians because you guys are just trying to make a bit of money with a fun game is a bit harsh. So
Can you imagine that? It's like fucking, alright, Stix, bring it. Shoots a fireball. And then I just like, I accidentally dodge it. Like, and then it's like, she's like, Stix, what the fuck? And I'm like, Arwen, that's a fireball.
Oh god.
So I will allow the fireball on the proviso that you have now made the ring bigger and we're not going to have to deal with Arwen murdering a lot of innocent people. Which, while the most Arwen thing to do, to just accidentally murder people by going, what does this do? I'd rather not make you guys a bunch of murderers. I don't have another prison break planned.
Can I like give myself disadvantage on a saving throw? So I still like, make it and see, but it's like I'm not going.
Yeah, I'll say like this has come while you're still doing that. Like you're praying to Zuriel to like it's coming fine. Like there's who Klari or Neo or whatever has called start, and then you're just like deliberately slowly like taking a moment and getting up, and Arwen's just gone like almost like waiting for like an arrow presumably or something, or maybe like a thrown dagger to like catch you off guard.
I'm thinking,
but
don't shoot me, this will be fine.
Yeah, because you're waiting for that call of to work out who's the favourite. So you're like, oh, do I need to go fast or do I need to go slow? And then it's like, okay, I need to go slow. Fireball. So yeah, Stix, you failed the dexterity saving throw.
Oh, it's not even that good.
That is a poor fireball, but that is still 20 damage.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so it's 20 damage. Right.
So much.
I'm so sad.
If you want some help afterwards, Abby, we can just add this to your sheet so you're not manually doing it.
Yeah, it's because I only just put it like on the. Yeah, I haven't even put it on my sheet yet. So
yeah, it's cool. I'll help you after the session.
Thank you.
Become fucking murderers.
Oh god.
Okay. Dare I ask any bonus actions on your turn?
I don't think I have any.
Okay. We'll move on to Stix and try and get through this next one.
Yeah, Stix pulls out sword. Charge! Not pulling out shield, just sword.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, going two-handed this time.
Yeah, run up to Rekan.
Kind of mixing it up like helps keep things interesting as well. Anyone that's maybe like, as some of this is happening on the second.
15 to hit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that does hit. We haven't bought your armor yet. Fuck.
No. I'm squishy.
Oh, that's quite a good damage roll as well. Except for the radiant. And then my second attack, I'm going to try and act really cocky and make it over flamboyant, and give myself disadvantage. Can I do that?
Roll a performance check. If you roll well, you can then like 11. Like you try and do this like flamboyant flourish to make the attack look good, but you're not confident you've pulled it off well enough to be convincing, so you feel like you do have to put a little bit more authenticity behind this strike.
Okay. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Excuse me, do you mind?
And then 16 damage. 15,
Okay. This is fine.
15 plus 16, 21, 31 damage in those hits.
Yeah,
Please
it's fine.
tell me you haven't gone down.
No, I'm fine. Okay. What else can I do?
Another fireball.
Ah. Oh no, that's an action to do that. I won't do that. Yeah, why not? Just do another one. I might as well. I mean, what's the harm in it?
Scorched
That's
earth.
better.
Alright, Stix, make a dex save.
Oh,
Oh.
shit.
Please don't. This is really good damage. Oh, you stupid.
No. One of those rare situations for being a paladin with all my bonuses.
No, you need
really...
to just die.
A +7 to death saves. That shouldn't be on a paladin. Yeah, so I take half. So it's 15. 18. 8. I have 8 HP left.
Snap.
Oh shit, no.
Yes, you needed to die.
You can make another
Okay.
performance check to try and like throw your hits.
Oh.
No,
No.
I'll
If
tell
you
you what
can
I'm
come
gonna
up
do.
with anything you want Klari and Neo to be doing around the outside, this can be stuff you've like talked about and agreed beforehand, and they'll be like they'll do these things to try and aid in the direction of the fight.
I am going to, so seeing that I've done a fair bit of damage, but also she has done quite a bit of, she set off 2 fireballs against me. I feel like people are thinking I should be dead. So I'm going to Misty Step back, like 30 feet or so.
Yeah.
Give her some room to fireball me. And then lay on hands. When I do my lay on hands, I'm assuming it doesn't look any different whether I do like 10 points or 50. I'm assuming it visually.
There might be like an aesthetic difference in the amount of radiant light that sort of like with the healing energy that flows, but yeah, like realistically, no one here is going to know that paladin has barely healed himself, despite the fact he can heal himself a lot. I know,
Yeah. So
surrounded by commoners and guards and regular guards and things like that.
I'm going to use my lay on hands to heal myself 5 hit points. But sort of.
Yeah, you
I guess
make a show of
Brian,
it. You like raise your sword and like call down like some godly aid and like make a show of like face healing, like the soot and stuff that from these fireballs. But
give like a sort of brief prayer, like holding my holy symbol. Thank you, Zuria.
Yeah.
I may yet fight on, sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. You sell it.
Yeah. And then that's
your turn. 30 feet away. You are much closer to the edge of the ring now, having teleported 30 feet back.
Actually, no. And then I start charging.
That's fine.
To try a little bit.
And then you start charging back. Okay.
Pull my swords and back. Yeah.
Charging back into the center.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
Make a lovely save.
I hope. How many charges is each of these? Just.
Oh, that's what that means.
This is not just unlimited
I was gonna
fireballs.
ask. No. Because I knew
I haven't
that.
given you the unlimited fireball stick.
No,
There's
there's.
no,
It's fine. I can have another one. It's fine.
Okay.
There's 10 charges, but I was confused what the 3 fireball 3 charges meant. I was like, wait, you can only do 3, but that doesn't work because there's only 1 charge of burning hands and 4 of thing. It didn't add up, but it's fine.
You
You're
understand
stupid.
now.
I get it now. And
half.
lay down.
I am now down.
Excellent. Right.
We've probably gained ourselves quite a bit of notoriety for you just flinging fireballs at me.
Again, we can say, like, as this plan was discussed, that Arwen, you have some quite proficiency with fire, with your fire spirit and stuff like that. There was some more.
No.
It wasn't just fireball,
What?
fireball, fireball.
I have 1 hit point left.
Can I just push him over, please? I push you
Because
over.
I had 13 HP and I passed the save.
Yeah, so that's 12.
I push him over. I use my free action to push him over. I use my bonus action to push him over. I use my movement to push him over.
Just fucking run into me.
I mean, you could use your movement to, like, try and back up. You've made the ring much bigger, so...
Can I just use my movement to knock him over? Just run into him?
No, you have to use an action to
Why not?
shove someone.
Okay, but if I'm just running at him,
It's still an action to, like, shove someone in that.
I'm not shoving, I'm just running into him. So
It
falling
comes
on
under
his
the
bum.
shove action. Can we try and
Sorry.
get through some of these before the end of the session? I've only just realised it's 11 o'clock.
Yeah. For sake of brevity, I like after taking 3 fireballs, just like kneel down for a minute and like give myself some hit points again, and then charge at her again. Like just like give myself like 5 hit points again, and then. I am, but I'm also trying to make it somewhat believable. So, I assume with 5 hit points, like a little bit of the muck will sort of clear away and stuff like that. And yeah, and then
I mean, being subjected to 3 fireballs does mean that you are somewhat on your toes.
yes.
Okay, Arwen, let's wrap this one up, and then we'll wrap up the session, and we'll work out whether or not we'll do any more of these next week, or if we'll just get the results if you really want to do them, or what.
Oh, make a dexterity saving throw. I thought I had to touch you.
I'm on 1 hit point. I don't think it'll matter. I just did a number though. Oh, I got a 1.
Okay, and with that, is that the final charge from the spear? Some of the staff even?
No, I was just using my own.
Okay,
Staff.
use your own spells a lot. And...
Yeah, I'm not wasting my staff.
I ran at you and you fireballed me, and then I've gone back and I've ran at you and you fireballed me again. So I've gone back and I've ran at you this final time, and just as I think I've got to you, you've gone, flamethrower me in the face. Thanks. Oh,
You're welcome.
ouchie. But yeah, I go down in an epic spectacle of being on
Like a sack of spuds.
Indeed.
Okay.
Minus radiant damage against you, okay? It's not real fire. This is Arwen fire. This is wild
Trying
fire.
to kill each other. I just think that final thing was just Clary stood looking really unimpressed while visually on fire.
You guys, from this one, you guys make about 150 gold again.
Ooh!
And
Nice,
I
not
think
bad.
for the sake of brevity with next session, I'm going to just call this, just knock this one on the head. And we'll pick things up. Probably, unless there's anything else you want to do, like you guys can get the armor and stuff like that. We'll maybe pick things up with you guys doing that next week.
Yeah.
And finalizing any like purchases and stuff you want to do, and then we'll move on to like the final day of the festival.
Yeah.
Just 'cause
Works.
this is taking a little bit of time. I mean, if you guys
Yes,
are, like really
but
want
that's
to do
fine.
this, then I'm happy to let you guys, wail back and forth on each other. Otherwise, otherwise I'll just move things forward so we can move on to the next narrative point. But that's up to you. Like, if you want to wail on each other, like if Clary wants a rematch, I'm more than happy to facilitate that and just.
Giving me the evil eyes. I think he's giving me evil eyes. He's going to destroy me. I'd like to see her try. Anyway,
Don't encourage it.
thank you very much, JJ.
That's all right.
Excellent.
Glad
Very
you
good
all
fun.
enjoyed. Yeah, and just let me know what you did. Like decide amongst yourselves if you want to do the like other 3 fights, or if we'll just move on.
Yes, will do. Alrighty. Cool.
Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next week. I think we're on the cards for next Wednesday, as far as I'm aware at the moment. Again,
Yeah, I'm not in office next Wednesday. Thank God for rail strikes. So
okay.
it's actually worked out quite well because I would have been in office. I'm in office next Tuesday, not next Wednesday. So
Okay, so I won't change.
yeah, don't bother
Okay.
getting that change.
Well, I will see you all next Wednesday.